And so when I see the things that he does, and you know, he did the Irv smoking on the, you know, I'm like.
How did you feel about that when you saw it?
Of course, nobody likes all this goofy shit, but it's goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm not. You know, Preem said it best. You know, I spoke to Preem the other day. You know, Preem has always got the right words and shit and the right things to say. Cause I was hot. You know what I'm saying? I was hot. I was ready to go nuclear and shit. But you know, I say, you know. So I spoke to Preem anyway, and Preem said, "Yo," he said, you know, Rule. He said, "Here's what you got to understand about who we are and what we are." He said, "We are masters of self-defense." And I said, "I love that." I said, "Cause I don't want to start trouble, make trouble with people. You know, but if we gotta get into it, make it. Oh, I'll fucking end it. I'll put it to where it go. I'll take it to the next. You know, so that's why I'm like, you know what? That is the best description of what I am and who I am as a man that I could ever think about. You know what I'm saying? Because that's who we are as men. Mm-hmm. We're here to protect our families, protect our homes, defend our honor, our names, our reputation. That's what we're here. I'm not here to be a bully and bother people. I'm not. That's not what I'm here to do. You know what I'm saying? But I am a master of self-defense.
Yeah. But in a way, you do have to understand why Fit feels the way he feels, though, right? When you think about everything that y'all been through.
I really don't.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
The fighting, the shooting, the stabbing.
What shooting? We ain't got nothing to do with that.
Oh, well, never mind.
I know people like to say it. Yeah. But that ain't got nothing to do with us. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I know the reality of it all. You know what I'm saying? And that shit ain't got nothing to do with us. Mm-hmm. But I guess it's good for, you know, people to play that when they want to play that and then play victim when they want to play victim. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, I leave it all alone. I live a really, really cool life. I'm in a good space. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, you know, sometimes you just got to remove yourself from the circus. And that's what I've chose to do. And so that's why I've been being real quiet and cool.
What's up, everybody? This is the world famous Ed Lover, and you are watching Forgotten Kings TV. That's right, Forgotten Kings TV. Come on, son.
Let's talk about it, y'all. That was Ja Rule finally breaking his silence on 50 Cent disrespecting the passing of Irv Gotti. That's right, y'all. As you seen in the video, Ja Rule was asked while on The Breakfast Club to give his take on 50 Cent's disrespectful post about the passing of Irv Gotti. And as you heard Ja Rule say, initially when seeing 50's post, he wanted to go nuclear on 50. Okay, however, after speaking with Preem behind bars, and hearing Preem tell him, listen, we are masters of self-defense. Okay, we are not bullies. He decided not to go back and forth with 50 on the internet. Okay, of course, we're all familiar with the beef between G-Unit and Murder Inc. So, of course, during that time period when 50 made that post, a lot of people felt like 50 was valid. You know what I mean? Despite it being very disrespectful, right? The timing of the post. But some said, you know what? At the end of the day, Irv has something to do with the shooting of 50 Cent. So why would someone being in that position have compassion? You know what I mean? Sympathy for the opposition, as they would say. But according to Ja Rule, Irv and Ja had nothing to do with the shooting of 50 Cent. You get what I mean? And here we are in 2025, you know, speaking on this beef between Ja and 50, because, you know, like Charlamagne said in the interview, y'all names will be attached together forever, especially when it comes to the rap game. You know what I mean? Here we are in 2025, and still, Ja Rule is being asked about 50 Cent in these interviews. And, you know, right now, it makes sense because of the passing of Irv Gotti, right? As you can see, there was still some issues with Ashanti. You get what I mean? And her issues with Irv Gotti and some of the things he said in interviews. You can tell it was completely unexpected on that end when it comes to the passing of Irv Gotti. And now, fast forward in 2025, you see 50, he's out here, he's active. And yet still, people are going to ask, what are your thoughts on 50? You know what I mean? And sometimes 50 may get asked questions about Ja Rule. But in the end, like I said, it was just unfortunate to see something like this happen because, yo, 50, he doesn't let up. Even in your passing, he'll still send shots. You know what I mean? So to hear Ja Rule basically say he wanted to go nuclear on 50, I can understand. You know what I mean? If we lose somebody close to us and we see somebody sending shots online, trust me, I'm pretty sure your initial reaction would be to hurt something. However, this is 50. You know what I mean? Some people feel like 50 will have his karma one day, right? Because 50, he doesn't spare anyone, no matter, you know, who the person is, what the situation may be. Look at Diddy. You know what I mean? He'll make a documentary out you if you become an enemy of 50 Cent. And even in this situation here, someone passing, it didn't stop 50 from making that post. And even Ja Rule, you know, in this interview on The Breakfast Club, again, I'll make sure to leave the link in the description. You know, he admitted to, you know, entertaining the back and forth with 50, sending shots on social media. But in the end, this is where we are with the controversy involving Ja Rule reacting to 50 Cent's disrespectful post about the passing of Irv Gotti. Again, y'all let me know your thoughts on Ja Rule's response down in the comment section below. But again, this is all I got for y'all today. My name is Sensei Rip. Till next time, peace. Salute world, I need y'all to do me a favor and check out my homie Grand Finale's latest video titled Less is More, okay? Available on YouTube right now. I'm about to bless y'all with a teaser. If you like what you hear, make sure to hit the link in the description to subscribe to the homie's channel. Also leave a comment and tell him that Rip sent you, all right? All right, y'all. Peace.
You starstruck, you're stuck when I leave you in awe. What you saw had you floored as you picked up your jaw. Can't ignore, you were shook to the core. Couldn't endure what many claim this war wasn't witnessed before. Earthquakes and aftershocks and tectonic plates and magma rock.
Thank you for watching my video. If you like what you see, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also, hit that notification bell to get the latest on hip-hop, sports, comedy, whatever. All right, we got you covered over here at Forgotten Kings TV. And also, click on one of these videos, okay? All right, y'all.